They've yet to play Kansas City, Philly, Buffalo, Cincinnati.
But can't we do that with the Eagles and any other team you want to put in there? Like, come on, man. Or women, we can't. All they can do is play who's in front of them. Stein, what if I were to ask you the Philadelphia Eagles? Does Minnesota qualify? Who's winless is a quality win? I mean, isn't that nitpicking? Playing for their lives this weekend against Evans Chargers.
I mean, the one thing is the Eagles have done it, though. They got to the Super Bowl last year. Did. Like, it's hard to get to the Super Bowl and then come out the next year and be guns blazing when you know how long the season is.
And they're undefeated.
Those guys are the top 4 quarterbacks. All are mobile quarterbacks that can pick apart a defense. Truly a test that I'd like to see. Well, they play Philly. They play Cincinnati. They don't play Kansas City. They play the Eagles, obviously. Dallas. And they play Cleveland.
Baltimore.
That's
pretty damn, should I say, stout? Ain't no walk in the park.
What are the 49ers?
We can do this.
Yeah, what's their record going to be this year?
15-2. I got 12 of the 15. All I need is 12, right?
Exactly.
I mean, seriously, what? Real quick, do the Steiny computer.
13-4.
But who would be? I know it sounds so crazy. We got Dickinson in one, but who would be the 4?
Well, you're on a kick right now where you think they're unbeatable.
Well, give me this, partner.
This is
I
3
came
games
into the season with they were my Super Bowl pick. Them versus Chiefs.
That's reverse devil tongue.
For who?
You. Because if you pick the Niners, that gives your Cowboys a chance.
Can say it. No. They got to do the. I'm not G-O-D. I know sometimes my ways be hitting and you think I got some stuff started. I'm a regular dude. I don't have control. You got to earn that. The Niners sent Dallas home twice. They're looking at Philly.
It's a new year. That's just like I don't look at the Eagles and say we're better than the Niners.
I would tell your friends, and I'm being so real, I don't like the fact that the Eagles lost Hargrave. I don't like the fact that the Eagles lost both offensive, defensive coordinators, Steiny. They lost some stuff, some little stuff that ends up being big as you go down and try to defend your throne of the NFC. So I'm watching. They're 1 win away from being right there with the Niners. But there's just something about the way that the Niners lost last year. You tell me if I'm off here. And the bickering that we saw, even Bonte told, you know what, I'm tired of the Niner players going on social and talking about that game, blah, blah, blah. I just feel like that is energizing them, like they're on a mission, not just because of the way that game played out. And you could easily say, they're being pros. Come on.
I don't care anymore about last year. Like, this is a new year. Like, I don't think the Eagles are the best team right now in the NFC. I don't think the 49ers
you don't think it's fueling the Niners like they'll never on the under? Like you don't think they're smarting on how that went down?
I think they're just smarting on not. I don't know if it's personal with the Eagles or they just think they have another level to get to. But obviously, the way the season ended, they came out of the gates firing. I think it's easier to come out of the gates firing the year after you get beat in the NFC Championship as opposed to the year you get beat in the Super Bowl. But the bottom line to me is that right now, the 49ers are the best team in the NFC. But it kind of doesn't matter because it's week 3.
I got you.
It matters because you're 3-0, and last year you didn't start 3-0. So
and you want that game because if you get to the Super Bowl, Steiny, I mean the days of the Niners being on the road for the NFC Championship. You want that thing back in your house. And the last time you went to the Super Bowl, I don't got to tell you, you held that NFC Championship game here in the Bay.
888-957-9570 is the number. Matt Steinmetz, Darryl the Guru Johnson with you. And we're talking about the San Francisco 49ers who improved to 3-0 last night at Levi Stadium. They beat the New York Giants 30-12. And, you know what? Let me throw it. I haven't said. Was that game closer than the score indicated?
This is one of those hell no.
30-12 was the game closer?
Hell no.
Than the score indicated.
Well, you got
Evan.
You can make a case it should have been more.
Okay.
When you say more, The game should have been like
49ers outgained the New York Giants 441 to 150.
That's where I'm at. And
like,
that
game could have been
Evan,
40 to 10.
2 of 5 in the red zone is why it wasn't more, and a drop touchdown pass. What says you?
Let it go on the red zone right now.
All right, what says you? Because you are right. It was a one-score game.
Like here's the conversion. Here's the thing. I'm a little different. If let's say pick a sport, basketball.
All
right. If the Warriors are leading the Rockets 80 to 78 to start the fourth quarter, and then they outscore the Rockets 30 to 15.
That's a close game.
Yeah, I don't think that's a blowout. I think a blowout's kind of a start to finish job.
But what if the Warriors shot 25% from 3 the entire game until the fourth quarter, and they're generally a team that shoots like 40% from 3? And they just had a bad shooting night the first 3 quarters, and then they did what they normally do, and they blow up the team.
Yeah,
but wouldn't that be a close game up until that point?
Yeah, I just say, yeah, it was like last night's game was like, it was a one-possession game early in the fourth quarter.
No. Yeah, but I'm saying you can make the case it shouldn't have been.
Oh, right.
It should have not. It should have been a 2-possession game or something like that.
Did the Giants not get any breaks that they could say it could have been close? You know what I'm saying, Evan? Like, if you're a Giants fan, is there a couple plays in that game where you say, if those don't happen, we're right there?
Yeah, the roughing the passer. That was third down.
Absolutely.
There were a couple third downs that the Niners got aided on the flag, but a couple of them were legit. Who you guys giving your game ball to? Because I'm giving it to Deebo Samuel. You could give it to McCaffrey every game, but I'm giving that game ball to Deebo Samuel. My game ball.
All right. I was going to give it to Deebo Samuel, but then I realized he doesn't get a lot of separation.
But that ain't his thing.
He's just not as good a wide receiver as Ayuk.
Right. What does he do differently?
Well, he doesn't get tackled.
He catches the ball in space and just is a truck. But who you getting there? Evan, who you guys giving the ball to?
If you give it to 19, I think you also got to give half of that game ball to number 23, because Purdy did look a little human on the first couple of drives, and to me it was as much Deebo as it was Christian McCaffrey, whether it's on the ground or a screen pass, that kind of allowed him to get comfortable. So I think both of them would get my game ball.
I mean, it's all 3 of these games. You give 12 balls, 12 balls out a game. I mean,
McCaffrey holds on to that touchdown, Steiny. I'm with Evan, but he didn't. It was spectacular.
Hufanga, interception. Bosa finally gets a sack. Welcome to the game.
Hargrave got 2 on the season. Kyle
Kittle. We forgot about Kittle.
Yeah.
He was terrific.
I wouldn't be mad at that one. What about Mitchell?
No.
Did he have 11 totes?
Dude,
I love my man. I just knew it was the game for him.
Oh, did you bet on him?
No, I bet you and Evan.
You did.
You and Evan over 9. Both of you went under 9.
And what do you get for that?
Nothing. Victory lap, Jack.
No,
better than
No, it's
chicken.
not better than money.
Yeah, it is sometimes.
A couple interceptable balls for the Giants. I actually think Wink Martindale called a good game. They just don't have enough to play with the Niners. I kind of agree with you.
I'm mad at
I actually, believe it or not, I'm watching that game midway through the third quarter, and I'm like, you know what? The Giants are hanging in there, man. Like, they're not very good, but they're hanging in there.
They did not had hands on a couple interceptions early. They just couldn't make that play.
George Kittle.
And it would help Giants to block Bosa. How does the man get his first sack unblocked? Boy.
Somebody missed an assignment.
Dable, get it together, baby.
I hate the Niners, but looking at their schedule, I might be with Goo. It's hard to find 4 teams that can beat them. I disagree with that.
I give you
too early.
I'll say Baltimore and Dallas. But 4, Steiny?
Philly? You don't give the Philadelphia Eagles a chance.
I put okay.
Hold on.
Yeah.
It's hard to find 4 teams that can beat them? Come on.
Yeah, Eagles are 1.
Cincinnati?
They're 0-2.
Yeah, and I think they're headed the wrong way, man.
Okay, so Cincinnati can't beat them.
They can, but they got to get their stuff right.
Yeah. If Cincinnati and the 49ers played,
right,
who do you think would win?
I would bet it. Like, I would say the 49ers are going to beat anybody right now.
Okay, all right.
It was in Cincinnati. Like, if it was in Philly, you might lean towards the Eagles. If it was in Dallas, you might lean towards if it was in Cincinnati, I don't think anybody takes the Bengals in that game.
I don't disagree with you, but what I'm saying is, I think I would say the Cincinnati Bengals, until they are 3-7, to me, they're still a team that could beat the 49ers.
And I agree.
I think Baltimore Ravens could beat the 49ers. I think the Cowboys could beat the 49ers. I think the Eagles could beat the 49ers. Doesn't mean they're all four going to do it. I mean,
I got the Niners being underdogs 2 times.
To who?
On the road.
I don't think they'll be underdogs to Philly right now.
It ain't now. It's week 13, I believe. So that's down the road.
Who?
At Baltimore and running quarterback, unlike Burrow, and at Philly. I think those are the only 2 times they might be underdogs.
If that Philly game were this weekend.
Oh, Niners favored.
Would they be in Philly?
No, still.
In Philly?
Nah.
They might be.
Philly, that's too early. They're undefeated.
I think they'd be underdogs, but it'd be like a point or two.
Niners.
Right.
Well, I'd take the Niners if that game were this weekend.